Once we Hey everybody, Luxinda Swirl here. New day, new tumblers project. This is going to be on 2 cups. Obviously, I'm going to finish this one from a previous video, and I'm going to do this one as well. They're similar, so I figured I'd put them both in the same video. I'm going to start with this one. I will try and recap here on screen what I did to get us to this point. This was the white base version of a tumbler I did where I originally started on a dark base, a black base, and I used all of the SOC Glitters Sparkle Dust. I used all 6 of Sandy's gorgeous Sparkle Dust, these really holographic, super ultra fine, shimmery powders. And I made the same thing, just random spots of each of these colors all over a cup. That one was on black, and this one was on white base because I wanted to see what kind of difference it made. Again, I don't know how much this shows up on camera. I suspect you're getting mostly a holographic rainbow sort of thing, but they do actually show up in patches of colors for me here in person. When I did this, I didn't go any farther with this cup. I wanted to save it for another time. That's why we're here today. All I'm going to do is get myself some water and a rag, and we are going to use this tattoo that I got off of Amazon. I will link to everything below. Most of the colors should come through. We'll transfer the tattoo on, let it dry. I will put a final layer of resin on it, and that cup will be done. Then we'll go on to the next one. The first thing we're going to do is cut this down. We don't need the little part number. We don't need the little, whatever that is, company graphic probably. There is a top clear layer that needs to stay on the tattoo until you're absolutely ready to put it on the surface you're putting it onto. Otherwise, it might get ruined. So find your place where you want it to go. It will reverse from what you see here. And pick a spot and pull off the protective film. And then once we turn it over and put it down, we are committed at that point. It cannot be picked up and moved because some bits will stick to the cup and the whole thing gets ruined. You get one shot.
Don't fuck it up.
I'm going to put it here and done. Okay, now it's going to be there. And we transfer it with some wet paper towel. It doesn't have to be this soaking wet. This is how I prefer to do it. I've seen other people just use a damp rag. That's fine too. Whatever works for you is fine. I leave it on here for about a minute. Maybe not even that long, but about a minute. And I just keep applying pressure. I would rather take too long and make sure it's really transferred than try and pull it up before it's ready. Whatever works. You want to flatten everything out so all parts of the tattoo have a chance to adhere themselves to the cup. Now, it's possible that if you apply pressure and pull, the backing will just come off. Doesn't always work for me, and I don't particularly want to ruin it. No, it doesn't want to do that. All right, well, I'm going to pull it up then. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous. All of the colors represented in the tattoo are actually reminiscent of the various swatches of color we have all over the tumbler. So I think this is a beautiful way to finish this tumbler off. I'm going to put this aside. It will dry completely. And then I'll put a layer of resin over it. I will probably put some 504 glitter into that final layer of resin. When you see it, it will be out in the sunshine and very sparkly. And we're back. Okay, so this second tumbler is going to be a water slide tumbler. And I started by taking a 30-ounce skinny straight from Makerflow. I sanded it, washed it, spray painted it matte white. And then I put a layer of resin over it. This is KS Liquid Stone Ultra UV, and I mixed a little bit of 504 into that, so it's sparkly. I don't know if that shows up well on camera, but it'll have some sparkle to it. And I am going to put alcohol inks via Waterslide, top and bottom rim, and then a really pretty graphic I got on Etsy will go in the middle. I'm going to start by cutting out my Waterslide. I print these out on my Pixma Canon, or my Canon Pixma inkjet printer, and then I seal them. I print them out on my favorite brand of Waterslide paper, which is the Hippoo, Hiippoo. To seal it after it prints out, I spray one layer of Plastidip glossifier, and then after that dries, about 15 minutes, I spray 2 layers, letting each dry in between, of Rust-Oleum 2X Gloss Clear. And I let that dry, and I have a beautiful water slide ready to go. You do not have to do all those layers. You need at least 1 layer of something that will seal the inkjet inks onto the water slide paper so they don't come off when you put them in the water, like I'm gonna do right there. Some people don't use the Plastidip. I prefer to. I think it makes my water slides stronger, and I'm really rough with them sometimes. I don't mean to be, I'm a klutz is what I am. So it's just a lot easier for me to not have to deal with rips and tears and whatnot if I have a sturdy water slide to begin with. That's why I use the Plastidip glossifier. I have my squeegee tool, I have some paper towels. For anyone wondering, I will list the artwork below. I will list everything below, links to everything. These come in individual alcohol ink color splotches, basically, and I piece them together any way I want to get any look I want. There are all sorts of different colors and densities and whatnot. It's all PNG graphics from Etsy. And then I use Inkscape, which is a free graphic design program. And that doesn't restrict you to the 6.75 inch by 9.25 inch print then cut restriction that Cricut does, Cricut Design Space. These are about 10.5 inches long, and that's about the circumference we're dealing with here. So you could also do it in 2 sections. Then you would piece them together, 2 down here and 2 up there. You can do it in Cricut. I'm not saying you can't. This just seemed a little easier. I could do each full rim wrap one at a time. Start by getting the cup wet. The trick here, for me anyway, is going to be to get the seam of the top rim and the bottom rim graphics basically in the same spot on the back. So the first one's easy. And then you want to take your squeegee tool. People don't always use these, but I prefer to. Just makes it so much easier for me. Whatever works for you. And I squeegee out all the extra water that's underneath, and it flattens down any wrinkles. Gets the graphic really flat against the cup, which is what you want. Okay. Not too bad. So now I find the seam again on the back. Put that down there. And now we're going to do, whoops, the decal. Okay, that makes me very happy. I'm going to put this aside, let it dry thoroughly, and then we will come back and put some resin on it, finish it up.